stream will begin in 10 minutes. Please take your seats and finish your dinner so we can get the program started on time. Thank you. The show will start in 5 minutes, and the live stream will begin as well. Please take your seats so that we can start on time. Thank you.
Aquella mesa nadie ha comido. Es la única, pero esta sí también.
¿Cuál es aquella? Número.
La número 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the show will begin in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Please take your seats. We're about to begin the award show. Thank you. Can we please have all the press leave the pit? We are 1 minute away from showtime. 60 seconds away from showtime. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening and welcome to the 14th Annual African American Film Critics Association Awards. Let's get the festivities underway.
You know this man from his work on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Roy Wood Jr. Are all police biased?
Yes, the police have biases.
Got it.
Got it? Who are you calling?
Black people.
Yeah, I don't think Boston is a racist city at all.
So how do you know?
I don't feel it.
Black folks been trying to tell y'all forever that they had some issues and we invented the blues. What more of a sign that you need?
Who are you?
I'm Russell Cole, Noble American Blues.
Well, where's the truck?
Truck's on the way. I was just showing up early to let you know we're gonna be late. Tell your mom I've been working out.
You missed the whole area.
I don't know what people hate more, cops or reporters.
It's cops.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for this evening, one of the funniest and smartest men on the planet, Roy Wood Jr.
Association Awards. I'm excited. Now, this is a special night tonight. I see everybody been taking pictures all night. You've been taking selfies with each other. This is a special night. This is one of the nights on Instagram where you put this on your grid. You don't even put this in stories. I'm saying, this is forever. They let everybody see this forever. These ain't no 24-hour pictures. I also want to remind you tonight that this show is streaming live on Variety.com. If you're sitting next to somebody you're not supposed to be sitting next to, your ass will be on TMZ in the morning. Or Baller Alert. White people Baller Alert is black people's TMZ. I'll explain it to you after the show. There's a lot of black excellence in this room tonight. A lot of black excellence in the room. I saw Angela Bassett earlier. Madam Angela Bassett is in the building. Alongside Courtney B. Vance in the building. Jordan Peele, I'm understanding, is in the building. Madam Danielle, Deadwyler is in the building. Bryan is in the building. There's so many people. We are in here tonight, y'all. We are in here tonight with our heroes, our colleagues, our friends, everybody that's been dodging your phone calls for the past year. Okay, we're here close to home at a couple tables, okay? But part of what makes tonight so special is that this is the night. These are the awards that were voted on by people who you know watched all the black films. You know they watched them. And those same people who voted on these films, those people are of our culture. These films speak to them in a way that represents their own history. A big thank you, I want to start tonight. A big thank you to the critics who watched all of this year's wonderful films. Thank you, critics. Wonderful black cinema. And we know you had to do that over the course of the year. This ain't the type of award show where you can cram all these movies in a couple of weeks. These movies is heavy. You know, these are films that came from all parts of the diaspora. I'm from Alabama, that's how we pronounce it. Diaspora. You know, I could have said black movies from all over, but I went to college, so now I say diaspora. Shout out to Faye. Yeah. But we know what the job of the critic is. The job of the critic is to work hard throughout the year and watch these films, because you can't binge them. These ain't bingeable types of movies that we're talking about this year. you got to take a break. I went to the movies, y'all. I don't know how y'all watch all of these films tonight that we're going to be honoring, but I went to the movies to watch The Woman King. I was so inspired. Hey, I was so inspired by watching The Woman King. When I got home, I watched the sequel, Emancipation. I'm just saying, if you watch them in order, that's the sequel. That's all I'm saying. But back-to-back Black Pain is too much. I don't know how the critics do it. I couldn't do Woman King and Emancipation back-to-back. I had to put a little Abbott Elementary in between them two. As a chaser, you gotta chase your Black Pain with some Abbott. You put a little Quinta Bronson in there, and then you come back to the pain. But the critics did the heavy lifting, you know? You watch these films because you know the hurdles it takes to get a movie made, let alone a black movie, let alone a black movie about black pain, let alone a black movie about black pain that's also a period piece. From the moment black creators pitch these wonderful stories, they're questioned at every turn by the studios and the financiers. Y'all get a million questions when you get a good script in your hand. All they do is start hitting your ass with questions. What's the budget? Who's the writer? Who's the director? Who's the producer? Is there really an audience for this type of thing? What talent do you have attached? Hey, pitching a black movie in Hollywood is the only time you'll hear white people ask, who all gonna be there? The Woman King showed us what people were willing to do and how hard they were willing to fight to stop enslavement. Emancipation showed us how far some would go to escape enslavement. Till showed us how little has changed in this country post-enslavement. And Wakanda Forever gave us hope that black people finally got the numbers they need to go and beat up on some enslavers. We're looking forward to part 3, Ryan Coogler. I know you're going to team up the Wakandans with the Mexicans and they're going to take on the American government and stop the student loan crisis. I'll talk to you after the show, Ryan. I'll get that green light. I can talk to Disney about that. But Wakanda Forever was a beautiful film. It pulled off the impossible. It is a sequel that is somehow also a beautiful dedication. Its honors are well deserved. Tonight we're also honoring wonderful, wonderful director Gina Prince-Bythewood for her amazing beautiful work on The Woman King. Thank you to you and Viola Davis for what you did for the culture and your amazing staff. Like, if for nothing else, Gina Prince-Bythewood should get an award solely because she shot a movie in its entirety in Africa, outdoors, in the summer. And you convinced Viola Davis to do it with you. Like Viola Davis, I don't know if y'all saw Woman King. Viola Davis was only indoors twice. And then you was at John Boyega's house, and then you took a bath. Those are the only 2 times. I seen the movie. She was only indoors twice. The only person who might have had a more brutal shoot and being outdoors was Will Smith in Emancipation. Beautiful film. Will was outside the whole time. He started the movie outdoors. He told his family, I'll be right back. And then what happened over the next 2-3 hours was all outside in winter. Gators, mosquitoes, dogs, swamps, white people whipping on them. But that just goes to show you the power and the trust that black actors put in black directors. Because only Antoine Fuqua could have got Will Smith outside in a gator-filled swamp. And I seen the drone shots. Wasn't no net to stop them gators. There's probably real-ass gators still in that water the whole time. But they called their actors, and they asked their actors to trust them. Gina called Viola, Antoine called Will, go, hey, got a beautiful film, beautiful story. The whole movie's gonna be outside. But I promise you it's gonna be a good movie. It's gonna be all outside. But it's gonna be a good movie. Will and Viola took a deep breath and they thought about it and they looked back at their directors and they said, who all gonna be there? We're here tonight to celebrate our entertainment diaspora, you all. We're here to celebrate the critics and the creators in this room. To them, we say thank you. We say thank you for the stories you have fought so hard to put on screen. It's important, and I cannot stress this enough, it is important that Black history remain in our movie theaters. It's important that Black history remain in the movie theaters because from the looks of things, it ain't gonna be in our schools for too much longer. So on that bright note, are y'all ready to start the show? Hey, put your hands together for Star Trek Picard's Ashley Sharp Chestnut and the star of the crossover, Derek Luke.
Well, it is great to be here, and I couldn't be happier to be on this stage with you, Derek, to present the award for Emerging Actor to the talented young man.
Oh, yeah, well, I feel the same way, actually. With this powerful performance in, oh man, Phil and Bruiser, Mr. Jalen Hall has captured the attention. He's captured our hearts. He's made us think. Remember, this presentation on screen informs the audience about what it means to be a young Black man in this country. The beauty, the burden, coming to the terms with understanding one's identity.
At 16, he's in the unique position of tackling such a heavy subject, just as his characters are experiencing the same. He's doing incredible work, and it's so exciting to watch his career unfold. Here's a look at some of Jalen's work.
When you get down there,
Not again, Mama. I've already been to Mississippi.
only one time before, and you started a fight with another little boy.
He was picking on me.
You're in the right to stand up for yourself, but that's not what I'm talking about.
My dad, Malcolm, is always lying to us. And my mom, she keeps falling for it and just pisses me off so much. Like, he won't be real for 1 second. He's always pretending to be this person I know he's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the AAFCA's Emerging Actor winner, Jalen Hall.
How everybody doing tonight? Now, man, I definitely want to say thank you to everyone here. Thank you to these guys right here. If you don't know, Derek is my dad in the crossover. So when he came out, I'm like, that's my dad! But funny enough, my dad is actually here with me and my mom. So I'm thankful to accept this award on behalf of my family, on behalf of Danielle, one of the best actors I've ever seen. I just met so many people in here. I'm geeking out right now, but I ain't gonna take up too much time. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you to the AAFCA.
Coming to the stage to present our next award is the founder of the Blacklist. Please welcome Franklin Leonard.
Hi, everybody. I think I'm supposed to read the teleprompter, but I wrote my own thing. It's me. first off, thank you, Gil, and the rest of the African American Film Critics Association for inviting me to present this award. Look, it's been said so many times at this point that it's a cliche that it all starts on the page. And I think we all should be honest that most of us can't even start to do our jobs until a writer does theirs. There's at least one writer in the audience. I would also add that maybe we should all start acting like it too. The WGA negotiations are coming up, so yeah. Anyway, it is my great pleasure to present this year's AAFCA Award for screenwriting to a writer whose work is endlessly entertaining and low-key political as hell. You can judge him by the people whose work infuriates. Here's a peek at how Rian Johnson's words came to life in Glass Out and Knives Out Mystery.
Like Mila said, I'm a truth teller. Some people can't handle it.
It's a dangerous thing to mistake speaking without thought for speaking the truth. Don't you think?
Are you calling me dangerous?
Well, we'll see. You'll excuse me.
Rian Johnson unfortunately could not join us tonight, but he sent along a few words about what receiving the AAFCA Award for Best Writing means to him.
And each of them, you'll stab a friend in the back to hold on. That is what I
Hello, thank you for Best Ensemble. This means a huge amount on behalf of our incredible cast, this cast of actors who came together and took true joy in working as an ensemble and in finding the tone of the movie together and in supporting each other on set. And really, it felt like a theater camp when we were shooting. So this means a lot. And our casting directors, Mary Vernew and Brett Howe, on behalf of all of us, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome actress Charmaine Bingwa and AAFCA co-founder and president Gil L. Robertson III.
Thank you for being our guest tonight. I'd also like to thank you for your continued interest in and support of our organization throughout the years. Along with reviewing films, our mission as a collective is to uplift the creators of stories centered on the Black experience. Through our programs, we are also focusing on educating the journalists who will follow us. We recognize that it's a privilege to do this work and to be here tonight celebrating our 14th annual AAFCA Awards Film Series. Our 2023 Beacon Award winner is a film best described as a visual masterpiece. Helmed by director Antoine Fuqua, Emancipation features top-notch performances led by the one and only Will Smith, with Ben Foster, and of course, the lovely Charmaine Bingwa.
Thank you, Bill. And congratulations on 14 years. It is an honor to be here tonight and stand beside you to present this award to two of the most dedicated artists that I have ever had the pleasure of working with. It takes a certain type of courage to create cinema that stands strong. And the unbridled grit of Antoine and Will in this film will forever reshape the way that we look at this harrowed time in history. And thanks to them, emancipation will continue to stand strong, like a lighthouse illuminating the untold personal stories that have been kept in the dark for over 400 years. And I, for one, am so grateful to have been in the trenches with them.
Emancipation follows the journey of an enslaved man who is focused on freeing himself and his family. Told with hard truth and a deep understanding of his struggle, audiences got to understand the experience, got to experience a seemingly familiar narrative from a unique and unexpected perspective.
And here's a look at emancipation.
I heard it myself. Slaves are free. Sasu, Lincoln. We must get to Lincoln's army. 5 days through this swamp. There are many ways to die in a swamp. There are many ways to die here. I will not be afraid. What can a mere man do to me?
Follow the sound of Lincoln's cannons.
My family is with me forever. I will look in triumph at my enemies.
Titans who brought this vision to life, director Antoine Fuqua and lead actor Mr. Will Smith.
Intended to highlight films that are tackling challenging subjects with insight, enlightening, as well as engaging the audience. It was our hope at Emancipation that it would be able to bring Peter's triumphant story and unwavering faith and his deep love for his family to life. Thank you to team at Apple TV Plus for their support and their incredible cast and crew that we had on our film, who gave everything to this film. And thank you to Gil and AAFCA for this incredible honor and recognition. Greatly appreciate it. God bless everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you all. Emancipation was the individual most difficult film of my entire career. It was all outdoors, that is true. I remember it was the second day of shooting, and it's really difficult to transport a modern mind to that time period. It's difficult to imagine that level of inhumanity. And I remember it was the second day of shooting, and 110 degrees, and we're out there, and I was in a scene with one of the white actors, and we had our line, and the actor decided to ad-lib. So we're doing the scene, and I did my line, and then he did his line, and then he ad-libbed and spit in the middle of my chest.
If I had pearls on, I definitely would have clutched them. And I wanted to say, Antoine! But I stopped, and I realized that Peter couldn't have called the director. So I sat there, and I took a deep breath, and we did take two, and the actor felt that the ad-lib had gone well. So we do take two, and I do my line, and he does his line, and spits in the middle of my chest again. And I just held in that moment, and there was a part, it makes me teary right now, right? And there was a part of me that was grateful, right? That I got to really understand, right? And then in the distance, I hear a voice, and Antoine says, "Hey, let's do a take without the spit." And in that moment, I knew that God was real. And, in this room are people who really suffer, for the art to bring these stories to the screen and to deliver them in a way that has emotional impact for the telling of our stories, and hopefully just the subtle possibility to change a heart or to change a mind. So I want to take this moment, I want to thank Gil and AAFCA. I want to thank all of you in this room for doing what you do for keeping our stories alive. I want to thank Apple, because the budget was one thing, and then the budget was another thing, and then the budget was another thing. And Apple never flinched. It was the first time I had heard from a studio, the story is more important than how much it costs to get it done. What do you guys think? So then we added some more stuff that we wanted. They make iPhones, they can do it. And more than anything, I want to thank my brother there, Antoine Fuqua. He didn't compromise on one shot, y'all. Like, his heart,
his mind, his desire to deliver this story to all of you and to the world. I was blown away by the lengths that he was willing to make me go through to deliver this film. So thank you. I appreciate all of you. This has been, Peter has changed my life. Pete, I can't go into all of it, but Peter has changed my life, and I thank you all. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you to Charmaine, too. Connections,
and that's why we choose Bassett. Isn't it amazing that the connection we made at Bowie State carried us to build our businesses? Right. And to think both of us have businesses that serve the community. So what does this refresher mean to your business and community?
You know, it's a full circle moment for me.
Is it?
Yes. I supported many customers of a college student work together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's super special for now Lowe's to help me support my community.
It's a bear's a bubble. From the land of the living.
Good news, cousins. You've got a handmaiden.
That's the girl in our vision. Say what?
Yes, I marked her hand so you'll know.
Marked her hand.
Rejoice. It's a new day in your miserable lives.
I just never thought I would come back here.
You don't got love for this city?
It's not the city. It's that house. I'm the only one that made it out. I got a job.
You did do what?
Cleaning pools.
What are you doing?
Pools.
Cleaning. Coming to the stage to present the AAFCA Award for Best Song is two-time Emmy Award-winning music director, producer, composer, and conductor, Ricky Minor.
I'd like to thank the African American Film Critics Association for inviting me to be here tonight. There are countless ingredients required to make a film that moves us. The story, the characters, the acting, the visuals, and then of course, there's the music. In fact, sometimes a theme song evokes such emotion that you're still in your feelings long after the credits roll. That was surely the case with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound, drowning in an endless sea.
Here to accept the award for Best Song for Lift Me Up is Def Jam Records Chief Creative Officer and EVP, Archie Davis, co-writer and producer, Ludwig Göransson, and co-writer, Ryan Coogler.
incredibly important to the film. It's incredibly personal to Ryan, who co-wrote it with Ludwig and Thames. As performed by Rihanna, I think changed our movie for the better. So we couldn't be more proud of it, and thank you so much for AAFCA for recognizing the work. And yeah, have a good evening.
An author, screenwriter, producer, and director, our next presenter is also an AAFCA and Oscar winner. Please welcome John Ridley.
Well, thank you. In all seriousness, very quickly, as other people have said, a big thank you to the Critics Association. You all have been here supporting us, elevating us, acknowledging us when others didn't. So a round of applause for yourself. That Sidney Poitier was a legend in front of the camera is absolutely indisputable. The fact that someone like me could have a career at all is because of the trail he also blazed behind the camera. And I'm very, very thankful for that. Sidney Poitier was also a man, a husband, and a father, and his life was revealed in the amazing documentary, Sidney. It showed him in his life, his journey, in his words, with his incredible voice. It tracks him from the Bahamas to Hollywood to not just being a leading man, but one of the most significant individuals that our community has ever produced. Please take a moment and see and witness the scene from Sidney.
He got me a job at a place called the Burdine's Department Store in Miami, Florida, to make deliveries. And I was told the lady's name and stuff. So I got on the bike and I went to Miami Beach, and I got to the address, and I walked up to the front door, and I rang the bell. And the lady of the house came out, and she said, "What are you doing at the front door?" And I said, "I'm here to deliver this package." She said, "Get around to the back door." And she slammed the door in my face. Well, I'm new to this whole experience of race in the U.S.
Here to accept the award this evening. Did Reggie make it? Is he? Okay. I was prepared. And I will say, I was told by someone very, very important to me to mention tonight, above all else, Reggie Hudlin is the best husband in the world. I got it in. Here to accept the award this evening, and well-deserved, please welcome Anika Poitier, Sidney Poitier, and Helena Hudlin.
Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight because he's filming his new movie, Candy Cane Lane, which is also kind of a reunion because it's starring Eddie Murphy, which is really exciting. And, you know, as my father was creating this movie, we often talked about Sidney's legacy and impact and how he was a trailblazer. But I think it's also really important to remember that when you're a trailblazer and you're breaking all these glass ceilings, sometimes it can hurt. And you don't know what you're about to face, and you don't really know what obstacles you're hurdling over, but you're just doing it. And that requires a person of so much character and class and bravery and poise and just confidence and hope. And I think we can all agree that Sydney was someone that embodied all of those qualities. And I'm so honored to be here accepting this award, and I dedicate it to him and all of the amazing things that he has done for our community and for our people. And I know that my dad also wants to thank all the amazing people that made this movie possible. And so he wants to thank Miss Oprah Winfrey for her resources and insights, and Mr. Derek Murray and the whole Network Entertainment family for all of their hard work, and of course, the Poitier family. And I want to hand it over to Anika and Sydney because they're just the best.
Thank you so much. We just want to give a deep and heartfelt thank you to Derek and to Reggie and to AAFCA for honoring this beautiful film, and to say thank you for this incredibly warm reception, and also to thank them for the deep care and respect that they treated my dad's story with, and that they allowed him to tell it in his own words to the best of their abilities. And just thank you, and we really appreciate this. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
Here make movies, and that's cool, but our next presenter makes policy. How many of y'all make policy? It's okay, I don't make none either. Our next presenter, his name and title are serious, serious business. African American Film Critics Association, please show your love for the chair of the Los Angeles Heritage Month celebration, the Honorable Dr. Michael R. Davis.
Thank you, Roy. And thank you, African American Film Critics Association, for inviting me to join you for this 14th annual awards dinner. What an incredible accomplishment. Like AAFCA, the African Heritage Month celebration in the city of Los Angeles is focused on serving, uplifting our community. Our mission is to raise awareness about positive contributions African American people have made to the United States and have been making in the city of Los Angeles. And I can't think of any organization that embodies the same vision our community has embodied as the African American Film Critics Association. I am honored to be here to present the Impact Award to filmmaking team who has brought one of the most important films to the screen last year. Though it's been nearly 7 decades since Emmett Till was brutally murdered in Mississippi at the age of 14, his story is one we can never forget. His mother, Mamie, wanted the world to see what happened to her son. She wanted us to remember him, to speak his name, and we always will. Here is Till.
They have a different set of rules down there. We have to be extra careful. No. Oh, be small.
Like this?
The first time I heard about the Emmett Till event, I was in elementary school.
Look, movie star.
What?
Bye-bye.
It's one of those stories that if you're black, you've heard about it.
I want to talk to you about that boy.
Most of us would not know who Emmett Till was if it weren't for Mamie.
The whole world has to see what happened to my son.
Mamie was very aware and intentional about the power of the image to really bring awareness that would result in a level of change and activism and to galvanize people into doing something.
Just my morning.
Till teaches us about racial injustice, about one woman's fight for justice, about activism, about horror and love, and about change. Director Chinwe Chukwu movingly told the story of Mamie Till Mobley, whose son Emmett was a black teen whose 1955 lynching exemplified America's racial brutality.
Mamie Till is such a great example of an unassuming person who becomes an activist. And I love that Mamie Till, in her grief, in her darkest moment, chose to fight back, to push back, to make a difference, not just for herself and her family, but for black women, for the black community, and literally for the country.
Mamie Till's incredible act of courage in opening the casket and saying, look at what you've done and look at who you are. She showed us the truth of the brutality of American racism. And sometimes the truth really hurts, but the truth is necessary.
The civil rights movement still exists in this country. This film is a harsh reminder of how far we have come and how far we have yet to go in this country. The fight for freedom and justice remains the same.
When the producers behind Till approached Chukwu about directing, she told Time magazine that she would only consider helming the project if it was not a film that portrayed the physical acts of violence, but would be consistent with Mamie's decision to open her son's casket and allow the world to see what American racism looks like. She is the foundation of the story, and this movie is truly the first opportunity for the world to understand what drove Mamie's fortitude and her place in history. The death of her son was the beginning of Mamie's activism, and her actions helped to inspire the civil rights movement. Till is about how this quiet educator found her voice to fight for justice, and her fight inspired one of the most important social movements in modern history.
I think that she's one of those people who come along in life that really basically was meant to do the work she's done. And I think it's admirable in that way that she was someone who really, with all the pain she had, was angry enough and clear enough to be able to make sure that others saw exactly what had been done to her son.
Mamie Till exhibited what real strength is all about. The ability to endure, to carry on despite difficulties, to get up in the morning and demand justice anyway, to see the mangled body of your child and insist that the world not look away. Now that's strength, that is resilience, that is patience.
We met each other in 1996. She said it was like a love affair of a meeting. At the time, I had lost my grandmother, and she kind of filled that void. And she said in many ways, I feel the void of her losing her son. She always wanted the story of Emmett Till told on the big screen. I wanted people to have the same feeling that I had when I first met her. And so to be here and to fulfill a promise that I gave her is truly an overwhelming and surreal experience.
On a broad scope, Mamie Till's actions sparked the civil rights movement. On an intimate level, she inspired individuals to fight for their own rights, be it a Muslim opposing discrimination, or a member of the LGBTQ community struggling to be seen and heard. Her tenacity to go up against the system has had a lasting effect on people worldwide and has encouraged them to start their own movements.
Well, I'm very happy to know that Till is receiving the Impact Award, and I'm very, very grateful for you making it, and I'm very proud of you for having the response that you've had, and thank you for identifying and giving them the opportunity to be awarded and honored.
Well, let me congratulate everyone in the Till film family who brought to life this critical story that the world needs to know about.
This film needs to be seen by everyone in this country and look at ourselves with eyes of truth. We offer our congratulations to the makers of the film. Thank you for honoring this wonderful film.
I want to congratulate Till, the most immense, powerful, beautiful movie on its Impact Award from the African American Film Critics Association. Many, many congratulations.
The film Till is about more than how one woman responded to an act of injustice. It's about how she impacted change and how today we are forever thankful.
The lynching of my son has shown me that what happens to any of us, anywhere in the world, had better be the business of us all.
Here to accept the AAFCA Impact Award are the co-writer and director, along with the co-writer and producer of Teal, Chinuni Chukwu and Keith Beauchamp.
Chinoya Chukwu is not here this evening, so I'm accepting this award on behalf of her and our producers, and my producing partners, I should say. You know, seeing this video has gotten me very emotional because I never thought in a million years someone such as myself would be in this industry. Mother Mobley was a mentor of mine for 8.5 years until she took her last breath. And to be standing before you, you know, it's just overwhelming in many ways. She fought for 47 years to make sure that America and the world is reminded of her son, Emmett Lewis Till. She did not want anyone to forget what had happened to him. She also believed that Emmett Till's story would be a way for change and racial progression in this country if it's remembered. And she, wow, would be truly amazed with us standing here today. For 67 years, many people have tried to produce this film for the big screen. Many have failed, and we were able to succeed. If she was, I can remember the private conversations we would have. She would often tell me, Keith, we must continuously tell Emmett's story until man's consciousness is risen, because only then there would be justice for Emmett Till. For the longest time, I often wondered what she was trying to say to me, because I was so young, I didn't quite understand. And what she was saying to me, no matter how hard we fight for justice for Emmett Till, no how long it takes, it still won't stop the other Emmett Tills of the world from happening. And unfortunately, in our harsh reality, we see that is true. So on behalf of my producing partners, the great Barbara Broccoli, Whoopi Goldberg, Thomas Levine, Michael Riley, Frederick Zolo, Preston Holmes, and the late Simeon Wright, I accept this award and thank AAFCA for acknowledging this great goal. I also want to say, if Mother Mobley was alive today, I believe that she would want us all to be encouraged. I believe that she would want us all to understand the importance of making sure that this movement continues, a movement that has never ended. Thank you so much. Thank you for this award. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
He's an actor, producer, and star of stage, film, and television. Please welcome two-time Primetime Emmy winner, an AAFCA TV Honors recipient, and the president of the SAG-AFTRA Foundation, Courtney B. Vance.
Good evening, pretty people. Good evening, pretty people. Althea Gibson, first African-American Wimbledon winner. Ralph Bunche, first African-American Nobel Prize winner. Mary Williams, first woman arranger composer to be ranked with the great jazz musicians. Louisa Harris, first superstar woman basketball player, first and only woman drafted by the NBA. Josephine Baker, Kurt Flood, pivotal figure in the sports labor history by refusing to accept a trade. Billy Eckstein, first African-American crossover singer. Ida B. Wells, W.E.B. Du Bois, Alvin Ailey, Charles Drew, Gordon Parks, Oscar Michaud. I want to begin by stating the obvious. We're living through quite a time. Our history is under attack. In fact, there are some who seek to erase us from that history, but we won't let them. We won't allow it. We will and we are fighting back, for we know who we are. We know the hurt, the work, and the sacrifices it took, hello somebody, to be here. And it is our duty to ensure that our children know from whom and where they came. That's why we're here tonight. That's why I'm here tonight. That's why Angela's here tonight. Because we come from a great people, a powerful people, and no one will tell us that in the AP that you gonna tell us what needs to be in the no, it don't work like that. We, the college boards, you should be asking us what needs to be in there. Anyway, here we go. Mamie Till and her only child, Emmett, are part of us. And every generation should understand how deeply their lives are etched into our history. After young Emmett was tortured, murdered, while visiting family in the South, his mother found her strength and took a stand. She opened up that casket. Her story sparked a movement, and she, Miss Mamie, is the reason why. This is Mamie Till, portrayed by Danielle "Da Bomb" Deadwyler.
Auntie Lizzie said Bo's been working the fields. I can't imagine Bo in the hot sun all day pulling some cotton. No. But Auntie Lizzie said I raised one nice, hard-working boy. That's my Bo. Can't believe he's been gone a week. Gina and I want to take a trip soon, but I really want to go down to Mississippi and bring my son home. If Bo could just get his feet back onto the Chicago soil, he'd be one happy kid.
If she could just get his feet back on Chicago soil, he would be one happy kid. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me in welcoming AAFCA's Best Actress Award winner, Danielle "Da Bomb" Deadwyler.
Y'all are very kind. My middle name starts with a J. I'm not a triple D. The act of looking has been extremely significant in this moment, in this current climate for me and our national and global community. Personally, politically, socially, culturally, the act of looking, the act of witnessing is presently a dire choice for the Black experience, being of it or in proximity to it. and it cannot be iterated enough, that those forces that seek to exclude our work, the fingerprints of our hand on this place, persist. They are poisonous, old, and tired in their tactics to infect. Yet we are antidote. The legacy of Mamie, whom I am honored to portray in Till, and deeply grateful to AAFCA for acknowledging the service, is a remedy. Mamie taught the country, the world, and especially herself to look intently and carefully and lovingly. She modeled an alchemy to the forces that Imani Perry recently wrote about in The Atlantic. Quote, "The only way to defeat them is to pursue that which has been prohibited." She demanded for the return of Emmett to Chicago to the chagrin of Sumner authorities. She demanded to have an open casket funeral to show the world what she saw. And she demanded and traveled to Mississippi to confront and seek justice for Emmett when others didn't want her to for fear of her safety. She did what was prohibited. Yet what they say, you can tell a black woman, but you can't tell them much. And so, thank you to AAFCA, to Orion MGM, Amazon, UAR, our director Chinoya Chukwu, our producers Barbara, Fed, Michael, Tom, Whoopi, and Keith, our brilliant cast and crew, the Till family, and to you for listening, for looking, and persisting like Perry says. We read the banned books, we study the verboten topics, and, this is my addition, we watch the dire films at the encouragement of the caring critic, and we share them still. So thank you.
She is a veteran actress, producer, director, and star of Harlem and the upcoming film Shazam! Fury of the Gods. He is a Grammy nominee, an actor, author, and subject of the upcoming all-black original docuseries Omarion Presents, Omega, the Gift, and the Curse. Please welcome Megan Good and Omarion.
Gosh, we are both so excited to be here with AAFCA, especially to celebrate such an incredible film.
Absolutely, absolutely. Nanny is the story of a young immigrant woman who arrives in the States with hopes of pursuing the American dream. Unfortunately, things don't go as planned.
This gripping film explores what it means to slowly lose grasp of what you want most. It won the Grand Jury Prize at Sundance, and tonight it is the winner of the AAFCA Award for Best Independent Feature Award, and rightfully so. Here's a look at The Nanny.
I worked so hard. So hard. And the one time I come home sick, I find you feeding my daughter food that is way too spicy for her tummy. What is even in this? What if she's allergic? Should I feed her this? Or this? Or this?
Since I've started, I have been buying her food or making some of my own. Did you ever wonder how your child was eating? Are you too busy to care?
Okay. That part.
Here to accept the AAFCA Best Independent Feature Award is writer and director
Nikiatu Jusu.
fear the whole night that I was gonna bust my ass. I have my muse, my collaborator, Anna Jope, my lead, who breathed life into this. Whew. I would be remiss to not tell Megan that my brother has been obsessed with her for the past, I'm not gonna age any of us, but forever. So it's fitting that you present me with this award. Thank you. My lawyer taught me the phrase champagne problems. It's definitely a champagne problem to have run out of words of gratitude. We've had an amazing run last year at the peak of COVID, at a time when I lost my father to cancer and had to push through creating this passion project. I'm thankful to have my muse, Anna Jope, here with me. Without her breathing her brilliant life into the words on the page, I would not be here before you. It hits different when your own community sees you, sees the palpable love you have for your Blackness and theirs. I'm blessed to have found my divine spark in this lifetime, the passion that keeps me alive, and in return for that gift from the universe, my reciprocity to the universe is an unshakable goal to be a bridge within the African diaspora. As a first-generation American born to African parents from Sierra Leone, West Africa, all of my works, is Salone in the house? I can't believe it. There's like 3 of us in the world. You know, I think diaspora wars can be cute online, but my work speaks to bridging the gap. We are so much stronger together than we are fractured. Thank you to my collaborators, both in front of and behind the camera. Thank you to Anna. I had to find you with these new contacts. For trusting me. For giving every ounce of your being to this fictional world. You are a force who deserves her flowers in real time. Thank you, Amazon Prime Video, for continuing to pour into me, into us. Thank you to the AAFCA for receiving our labor of love with love in return. Black stories are universal stories. We don't need anyone's permission to make this true. Thank you.
How we doing tonight? We doing good so far? How was dinner? I forgot to ask y'all how was dinner. How was the food? Okay, well, how was the free liquor? Can we at least talk about the free alcohol? Okay, that get a little bit more noise. Now, I know one thing I'm trying to get my hands on is some of that creme brulee. Now, okay, I came front. We've got some serious star power in here. I see you, Madam Gina, Prince-Bythewood. I know she's over there. I spot Ruth E. Carter. Ruth E. Carter is in the building. Wardrobe and costume extraordinaire. Shout out also to Queen Sylvia Archie. Ryan Coogler is in the building. Where's brother Coogler? Pride of Oakland. We counting on you, Ryan Coogler. You are the Black Connect to Disney. You are the one who we can get Disney to make all the black ass movies. We need you, Coogler. Can we give another hand so far to all of our winners as well, y'all? Please give it up to all the winners. Congratulations to everyone. Now, I know y'all ready to keep this going. I know some of y'all's phone batteries is on 20%. You didn't pack no battery pack with you, so I know you're getting a little itchy. We're almost done. Now, our next person I'm bringing to the stage, she is the Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer at Nissan Motor Corporation. And he's an Image Award-winning actor who starred in Insecure and Top Gun Maverick, hands down one of the best-dressed brothers in the building tonight as well. Please welcome to the stage Allison Witherspoon and the homie Jay Ellis.
a little off. That's Allison. So I'm gonna wait till y'all scroll down because I don't know what I'm supposed to say. But Allison, I'm very happy to be here with you. I think that's what I was supposed to say.
Yes. And very happy to be presenting with you tonight. I have to say, you did an amazing job in Top Gun Maverick. Amazing, amazing. Also, I have to say, I've always been Team Lawrence.
Hey, Lawrence
Always.
High. Lawrence High. Always and forever. I appreciate that. You guys, we're here to present the AAFCA Award for Best Ensemble to Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. Now, you may have noticed, this is not deja vu. You may have noticed that they played the clip earlier tonight. That's right. But we felt it was important to recognize some of the incredible actors in this ensemble.
Absolutely. Kate Hudson, Edward Norton, Catherine Hahn, Dave Bautista, and Daniel Craig.
Plus, yeah. Plus Leslie Odom Jr. and the Janelle Monáe.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they couldn't be here tonight, so I am going to accept this award for Top Gun. We had an ensemble too.
It was great ensemble.
You know? We
Great
did.
ensemble.
There was a lot of us. But no, seriously, they couldn't be here tonight, so we are going to accept this award on behalf of the cast of, oh, it's even coming out here. Look at that. Of Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This little piece of paper. It's all I have left of the dream I held for you. If you don't come back the son I gave birth to, consider this certificate void.
I heard it myself. Slaves are free. Free? Says who? Lincoln. We must get to Baton Rouge. Lincoln's army is there.
It's true. I heard it also.
Our next presenters play crime-fighting twins on the all-black original series, Double Cross. Please welcome Ashley A. Williams and Jeff Logan.
Y'all look so good. Okay. Good evening, everyone. It is so great to be here with you all with my co-star, Jeff, to present the Best Animated Feature Award for a special film. It's fun and scary and dramatic, so basically everything an animated film should be.
All true, Ashley. And especially with Jordan Peele on deck as a co-writer and director, we wouldn't expect anything less.
No, not at all.
So let's take an exciting look at the world of Wendell and Wild.
I am
Here to accept the Best Animated Feature Award for Wendell and Wild is the incredible Jordan Peele.
Now, I want to first and foremost invite the director of the film and the collaborator, Henry Selick, up here. And while he's up here, I'd like to just take this moment to really introduce him, because he's really the incredible talent behind this film. Thank you, Henry. When I was growing up, I fell in love with a film called The Nightmare Before Christmas. And this film helped me fall in love with puppetry. And this was a world, and Henry's world, that he built. And this wonderful aesthetic was something that I felt aspirational towards, and I wanted to be a part of it. And it wasn't until many years later, before I made Get Out, Henry came to me and he said, I have this project, and I'm interested in collaborating with you. He didn't know how important of an influence he was to me. And so together we were able to create a film that I can truly say, if I had seen when I was younger, I would have understood my place in this industry a little bit easier. And so I just want to thank Henry and introduce him, and ladies and gentlemen, introduce the incomparable talent of Henry Selick right here.
No film without Jordan. He was the early partner. Had no idea he loved these little stop-motion puppet films. He knew all about it, and it was before Get Out. No one knew that he'd become one of the most dynamic and successful modern filmmakers on the planet. So that's who I thank first. I want to thank my family. I want to thank Netflix for backing us. I want to thank my my co-producers, Jordan, of course, Wynn Rosenfeld, Ellen Goldsmith-Vane, and our main line producer, Julie Ragland. And we did have an incredible crew. We worked our butts off through the COVID, and I think we made a little film magic. So thank you to the African American Film Critics Association. This is a huge honor, and I'm just happy to have been here tonight to accept it.
Thank you.
He's a legendary storyteller and an icon in the world of animated film. Our next presenter has created magic with classic films like The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, 101 Dalmatians, Monsters, Inc., and so many more. Please welcome Floyd Norman.
Thank you for such a warm welcome. Animation film takes you to another realm. I know I'm a bit biased, but it's also my favorite medium. No matter the subject, the animated short, New Moon transported us to a backyard in West Philadelphia, where a young boy learns a powerful lesson about dreaming big. With his mother by his side, having the voice of the Queen of Soul billowing in the backdrop was a nice touch. Here's a look at a sentimental moment from New Moon.
JJ, listen. My mother gazed longingly at the new moon. I gazed in silence too. No words, just eyes, calling on the new moon.
Writers Coleman and Raul Domingo are the visionary artists who made New Moon a breathtaking reality. I'm honored to accept the AAFCA Best Animated Short Award on their behalf. Thank you.
Please welcome legendary actress and star of the Black Hamptons, Vanessa Bell Calloway.
What an incredible room. I wish you all could see yourselves from up here. Simply gorgeous. Well, I am thrilled to be here, and I was honored when I was asked to speak about my friend and sister, the incomparable Angela Bassett. That's right. For decades, she has delivered stellar performances on the big and small screen. Her career is unmatched. It's been incredible to experience her artistry and also witness her continuous rise. Simply stated, she is a master of her craft and a giant of our industry. Give it up. Which is something that we all knew way before she stepped foot into Wakanda. As Queen Ramonda, she walked in grace with her head held high, which she does in her regular life every day. She made us believe as only she could. Please take a look at her extraordinary work in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Let our gracious response to this incursion be an olive branch. Further attempts on our resources will be considered an act of aggression and met with a much steeper response. We mourn the loss of our king, but do not think for a second that Wakanda has lost her ability to protect our resources. We are aware of the ongoing efforts by some to find vibranium outside of Wakanda and wish you the best of luck.
And we always wish you the best of luck, Angela. Please put your hands together for AAFCA's Best Supporting Actress winner, the diva, the queen, and my sister, Miss Angela Bassett.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Gil Robertson and AAFCA for this wonderful award. Recently wrote in the Harvard Crimson, for Black women, ugly means something deeper. It means that we aren't seen as fully human. It also means that other people define us before we get a chance to define ourselves. Ebony's words, as well as her passion and truth-telling, reminded me that every role that I have taken on has been to break through those perceptions of us as Black women, to show our humanity, to tell the diversity of our stories, and to share the complexities of what it means to be Black and woman. I came to this career as an actor not really knowing where the path would take me, whether I would be able to earn a sustainable living. And as I've said over the past few months, that's because I didn't often see people who looked like me on the television, in film, or on the stage. But thanks to giants like Rosalind Cash, Ruby Dee, Diane Carroll, Cicely Tyson, and others, their resilience gave me hope. And just what I needed to keep going, to keep pushing no matter the adversity, no matter the uncertainty, and no matter the doubt. Even today, as I stand on their broad and bold ancestral shoulders, I thank them for their sacrifice, their willingness to stand up when they were most likely often told to stand back, their courage in resisting the limitations of portrayals of Black womanhood to create a new paradigm going forward of what it meant to be a Black actress in Hollywood. We all know when it comes to our people that we historically understand the necessity of making a way out of no way. We've all been there, and for me, it's because of those women and by the grace of God that I stand here tonight and I pay tribute to them. I've been asked often throughout this award season what these nominations and awards mean to me. A lot of people do not realize that although I've been blessed to work quite a lot, it's been 29 years since I've been a nominee during award season, going back to What's Love Got to Do with It. Thank you, God, for Rosa Parks and Betty Shabazz and Coretta Scott King, for Athena Grant and Bernadine Harris, for Stella and Reva Stiles and Marie Laveau, and all the women I've been privileged to present to the world. And thanks to many of you in this room who have been on that journey with me. So what these moments over the past few months have meant to me is the shaping of what my legacy will be as a Black woman and a Black actress. And to Ebony M. Smith and the next generation of young Black and brown women, I hope that the work that I have done and continue to do in my career will one day be the bright light at the end of a long tunnel for someone who needs the confidence and the comfort in knowing that by remaining true to your purpose, you're showing the world who you are rather than the world deciding for you. I see you. Thank you to Ryan Coogler for choosing me to play Queen Ramonda. We created, designed, wrote, directed, performed in a film, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, that would go on to become a billion-dollar franchise. You, my man, are a visionary that the world needs and is so blessed to have. Wherever you go, it is my honor to follow. Thank you to my Marvel Disney family, including Nate Moore, who was by our side every single day, making sure we were pitch perfect. I am so proud of this work and will always treasure this journey with you. And in the words of Queen Ramonda, I thank you all, family, for allowing me, Angela, to show you who I am. I love you. Wakanda forever.
Please welcome Vice President and Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer at Nissan Motor Corporation and President of Nissan Foundation, Chandra Vassar.
AAFCA. It's great to be here to celebrate the 14th Annual AAFCA Awards. And we at Nissan are proud to sponsor this year's Innovator Award. Here to present the award is an Oscar and AAFCA award-winning writer, producer, and director. And honestly, I'm a little scared of him because I'm not quite recovered from Get Out, Us, and Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Peele.
Thank you. This next award, I just want to say is I'm going to present to a true innovator. This is a composer who has worked with me on all 3 of my films, and he's somebody who you can give him Bach, and you can give him Looney's I Got 5 on it, and he can make something out of that. So, just to say, I was originally introduced to Michael's work. This is Michael Abels, through some of his orchestral music and some of the performances that made its way online. Mainly the theme Urban Legends, which I found absolutely inspiring. It's a piece I would later rework into the final act of Nope. I was blown away by this style of music. I felt it was ambitious, inventive, completely novel, and I couldn't quite pin it down. So what was so special about it, but it reminded me what I wanted to do in film, something that had never been done before. Now, several years later, and 3 films later, I'm eternally grateful that I watched that video online. Get Out was the first movie for both myself and Michael. I'd never spoken to a composer before for a film that I was making. He had never worked with a director for a film, so neither of us knew what we were doing. And we really had to kind of jump off the cliff together and build our wings on the way down. We had to find a way to communicate. We designed a system I would describe an emotion, a feeling for him. That would be the jumping off point. Have him, and he would go away and he would invent a new genre of score. He would go away for a little while, bring back something unlike anything I had ever heard, and it would suddenly click. I would realize he had given me a hook that could inspire the entire course of the film. I knew the movie had just gotten that much better. Now, Michael is tireless, he's persistent, and he is the dream collaborator, a true innovator. His heart is so deep in the most real sense. He's someone who brings joy and passion to every exchange, which is why it's been such a joy to work with him. I can't think of anybody more deserving of such an honor. So let's take a look at his masterful work right now, or listen.
Film composing is a fine-tuned, magical touch, and Michael Abels has that touch. A touch that has graced Jordan Peele's films such as Oscar-winning Get Out, Us, and most recently, Nope.
I need you to tell me, what did you see in that cloud?
I love your score from Nope. The use, like everything you're doing with the strings and all the different counterpoint, and it's like Western flair and just giving it this like American frontier sort of vibe is like so much fun, and it's something we don't hear often enough in scores, and it's just nice to hear that again.
There's a sensitivity to Michael's music. Whether it's in something like his opera Omar, which I had the pleasure of seeing with the LA Opera Company a few months ago, or even something as simple as some of the scenes he's worked on with Jordan Peele in those films.
It's probably the neighbors, but y'all scared of a family? Hi, can I help you?
Zora, put your shoes on.
If you want to get crazy.
There's very much a sensitivity that I think is often overlooked in today's scoring.
Known for his genre-defying scores, the 2-time Emmy-nominated composer has made Hollywood rethink the film score.
I love his use of choral, and I love his string arrangements and overall orchestral arrangements, and he's not afraid to just be creative.
His hip-hop influenced score for Us was shortlisted for the Oscars and was also named Score of the Decade by The Wrap. Interestingly, Abels grew up far away from Hollywood. Born in Phoenix, Arizona, he spent his early years on a small farm in South Dakota, where he lived with his grandparents. Music was first introduced to him at the tender age of 4 through the family piano. He went on to learn the piano after his music-loving grandparents convinced a local teacher to take him on as a student despite his age. At age 8, Abels began composing music, and by age 13, his first completed orchestral work was performed.
Michael will walk in a room, and you might not even know he's there, but he is taking in everything. He's taking in all the different dynamics, and I genuinely believe that's also how he writes his music.
Abels strives to increase the visibility of composers of color in film, gaming, and streaming media through his efforts as co-founder of the Composers Diversity Collective.
He took the initiative to, create this forum and the space of just, diverse composers where all of us can get together and talk about our work and just get inspired by one another.
Film, TV, concert, opera. I mean, I think as a composer, you have the ability to use these different platforms and these different types of canvas to storytell musically. And that's inspired me as well.
He likened composing a piece to standing on the edge of a creek and realizing you need to get to the other side, but you're not quite sure your path to get there. And he would explain it like jumping from one rock and then not realizing, not knowing what rock you were going to have to use to get to the jump to next, to get to the other side. So it was a whole process. And when he explained that to me, it was such a revealing moment for me. And there's many of things like that. He has such processes that he's able to explain to everyone.
Michael, congratulations on being the recipient of the AAFCA 2023 Innovator Award. I'm so happy and thrilled beyond words to be here to celebrate your incredible and immense talent. And I know this is just the tip of the iceberg of what you are going to be continuing to do with your incredible talent. And I thank you for being so conscientious and being of service within our composers community and being so inspirational. Congratulations.
You've built a very, very exemplary career in music in a very short space of time. You know I'm a big fan of what you do. And I hope you keep doing it.
You are an incredible individual, and you put so much care and love and compassion into everything you do. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited for you. And you deserve this, and you deserve the world.
Michael, I want to congratulate you on the AAFCA Innovator Award. It's much well-deserved, and I'm so happy to see you receive this.
The AAFCA.
All right, please give a round of applause for the winner of AAFCA's Innovator Award, Michael Abels.
I've never had my life flash before my eyes on a screen like that, so wow. This is a room full of innovators here. I mean, a room full of innovators, people who have defied convention and beat the odds to be here. And I'm just so happy to be in the presence of y'all. It's really an honor to receive this award and be here with you tonight, so thank you for that. I'm just like any creative. I think I want to just find projects and opportunities to challenge me musically and to help keep our experiences and our history as part of the story and the culture of our society, so that we all can understand how we got to be who we are. Because as people have said, they're trying to outlaw that. That's how scared they are. And we're not going to let that happen. Also, thanks. God, I'd like to thank I'd like to thank the AAFCA for acknowledging those of us behind the camera. You know, we need inclusion in the studio and behind the camera as well as in front. So all of us who are also contributing to film, we're you know, telling our stories in our own way, using our own gifts. I want to thank Jordan Peele for being born. Really? When Jordan looks at a person, he looks at them not in terms of what they've done, but what they could do with some opportunity. And that's if we all did that, it would be a very, very inspiring world. And so I'm deeply honored, and thank you very much.
Next to the stage are a newly minted EGOT and AAFCA winner with her partner in life, producing and acting. Please welcome Viola Davis and Julius Tennant.
Legacy has a beginning. Air follows the journey of the passionate individuals that had the instincts to bet all on a groundbreaking partnership between Michael Jordan and Nike, which changed the sports world. 2 words, Air Jordan.
At its heart, the film tells the story of how Dolores Jordan, a smart, savvy black mother, revolutionized the sport off the court and took measures to protect her son's legacy. She helped secure an unprecedented deal that redefined the rules and paved the way for Michael to become a global role model and icon.
We are thrilled to portray Michael's parents and be a part of this special project, working alongside some incredible talent, including Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Chris Tucker, Jason Bateman, Chris Messina, and Marlon Wayans.
From Amazon Studios and director Ben Affleck, we are honored to present Air.
1984 has been a tough year. Our sales are down, our growth is down.
Sonny, I brought you in here to grow the basketball business.
People don't know what the hell a Nike is.
What's a Converse?
NBA All-Star shoe.
There's nothing cool about Nike.
You would have to have a pretty compelling pitch.
I can tell them the one thing the other companies can't compete with. Our basketball division is terrible.
I do not love it. This is where you come up with a brilliant idea that no one else can see. Let's hear it.
I got it. I found him.
Who's that? Jesus? Can't afford it.
I'm willing to bet my career on one guy. My name's Sonny Vaccaro. I'm with Nike.
Do you typically make it a habit of showing up at people's front doors unannounced?
I don't like to take no for an answer.
Oh, man. Here we go.
You ask me what I do here. This is what I do. I find you players, and I feel it this time. Yeah, okay, it's risky. When you were selling sneakers out of the back of your Plymouth, that was risky. Don't change that now.
For a rookie?
Yes.
Who's never set foot on an NBA court.
That's the literal definition of rookie, yeah.
What's the plan?
We build a shoe line around just him. I need the greatest basketball shoe that's ever been made.
Who's the player?
Michael Jordan.
Your motor is...
You have our attention.
You show up at the house?
I believe in your son. I believe he's the future. And his story is gonna make us want to fly. But a shoe is just a shoe.
Until my son steps into it.
Got a name for it?
Air Jordan.
I don't know.
Seriously?
Maybe it'll grow on me.
Dr. King did not know Marlon Brando. He did not know Paul Newman. Hollywood stars who marched with Dr. King movies. And it was Sidney and Harry. That's a connection.
I noticed today, all day long, in all of the speeches and all of the placards, I saw the word or heard the word now, 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 repeated with insistency.
The urgency that was evident today has been bubbling in me, personally, for most of these years, at least most of the years I came into adulthood.
What's wrong, Mamie?
We've never been apart this long.
He's just going to see his cousins. It's not a bad thing for him to know where he come from.
Well, Chicago is all he needs to know. I don't want him seeing himself the way those people are seen down there.
Those people like me?
Even you left Mississippi, Mama.
Aneka, where is your spear?
Should've gave me this to try.
You know, I like them better. Our foremothers gave us this spear because it is precise, elegant, and deadly. It will not change under my watch.
Yes, General.
Here to present our next award are Vice President of Marketing at Lowe's Companies, Sharonda Britton, and Oscar-winning costume designer, Ruth E. Carter.
Hello, AAFCA. I'm excited to be here tonight amongst so many of my peers. This is an incredible celebration. To be invited to present a special award to a special talent in such a wonderful feeling, and I'm glad to be sharing duties with you, Sharonda.
Well, Ruth, I'm excited to be here as well and to join you in presenting AAFCA's Building Change Award to one of your frequent collaborators, Hannah Beekler.
Yes, Hannah. Oscar Award-winning Hannah Beekler. As a production designer, she leads the charge with creating the worlds that her characters inhabit. From Moonlight to Creed, Beyonce's Lemonade, and of course, her brilliant, beautiful work on Black Panther and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. She continues to raise the bar even higher.
Let's take a look at the incredible work of Hannah Beekler.
Production designers are responsible for the visual concept of a film or television project. While working closely with the director and producer, they identify a design style for sets, locations, graphics, props, lighting, camera angles, and costumes. It's a major undertaking that Hannah Beekler has perfected, so much so that she in 2019 won an Oscar for her work on the blockbuster Black Panther.
I give the strength to all of those who come next to keep going, to never give up. And when you think it's impossible, just remember to say this piece of advice I got from a very wise woman. I did my best, and my best is good enough. Thank you.
In fact, Beekler became the first African-American person to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Production Design and the first to win the category. Beekler is also the first ever female production designer of a Marvel film.
She goes all in on any work that she does. I remember when she worked on Black Panther, she built the entire history of Wakanda from scratch, basically.
The world that she created for Black Panther is something that people have never seen. I saw everything that she was doing. It literally blew my mind.
It's awe-inspiring. We've never seen anything like it. I guess in a nutshell, that is what she does. She's taken something that's been in a Marvel comic and she built this incredible world using incredible technologies.
While Beekler's is a success story, it was a hard-fought one. She faced many challenges in a field where she is one of few women, let alone black women. Growing up in Centerville, Ohio, Buechler was always fascinated by design and motion pictures.
It started with her dad, my grandpa. He's an architect. Her mom, my grandma, was an interior designer. From a young age, she was sort of indoctrinated into this world of design and building.
After she graduated from the University of Cincinnati, where she studied fashion design, she also studied film while attending Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio. Her most successful collaborations have been with director Ryan Coogler. They began working together during his 2013 film Fruitvale Station.
I'm scared. I hear guns.
Those just firecrackers. You're safe inside.
What about you, Daddy?
We'll be back before you wake up. I'm gonna be fine.
She later worked with Coogler as his production designer on Creed in 2015.
Every punch I ever thrown's been on my own. Nobody showed me how to do this. I'm ready.
And then on Black Panther and its sequel, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
What she has done in her career as a production designer is extraordinary. I mean, she's a person who is a single mother who came from New Orleans. So it just tells you what kind of person she is. Her intelligence, her craftsmanship, and her design is extraordinary.
What that message sends to little girls, even little boys, it says, I can do that. Having somebody that looks like you is really important.
Buechler's work can also be seen in the Miles Davis biopic Miles Ahead, the Academy Award-winning movie Moonlight, Beyoncé's 2016 TV special and visual album Lemonade, Black is King, another Beyoncé project in 2020, No Sudden Move. Buechler always goes the extra mile for whatever project she's working on. For Creed, for example, she watched the first 4 Rocky films for inspiration and visited a number of gyms across the country. When she oversaw a $30 million art budget and crew of several hundred people for Black Panther, she first spent time in Cape Town, South Africa, to get a feel for an African aesthetic. She then traveled the region with the rest of the crew to help develop the unique Afro-futurist design that graces the film. Outside of films, Buechler was the lead curator for the Metropolitan Museum of Art exhibition Before Yesterday We Could Fly, an Afro-futurist period room which opened in 2021.
What her success has meant to me is I get to see my mom doing just amazing work to build these worlds. It inspires me to be a world builder as well. Honestly, I couldn't be more proud of her. You know, she hit the ground running on it and hasn't looked back once.
Tonight, Buechler is being honored with the AAFCA Building Change Award presented by Lowe's.
The Lowe's Building Change Award recognizes individuals who are creators, designers, or entrepreneurs who have contributed significant change in their respective industry. The honor is granted to those who embody the core tenets of forging new paths, taking action, and showing courage. Their work has opened doors and illuminated pathways for others to follow. By virtue of her unparalleled body of work, Hannah Buechler exemplifies the spirit of the Lowe's Building Change Award.
Hannah, congratulations. You are a visionary. You are an inspiration to people everywhere. There is no one more deserving of this award than you, and you continue to break barriers and show the world this is what you can do.
Hannah, congratulations. We are so proud of you. I am so proud of you. You are extraordinary in what you do, and I'm just excited to see what you will do in the future.
You deserve it, and I hope you never forget it.
I am so thrilled to introduce my colleague, my sister, my creative cohort, and the winner of the AAFCA Building Change Award, Miss Hannah Buechler.
much. I want to, hold on, let me get my, I want to thank the African American Film Critics Association for this honor. Ruth Carter, icon, thank you so much. Sharonda, thank you. My son Dominic, who had no idea he was doing that, he kept it very quiet, so he doesn't get to know what his Christmas presents are this year. I want to thank the art department and set decorator Lisa Sessions for Wakanda Forever. Of course, Marvel, Nate Moore, who Nate, you know, what I tell Nate is, you know, I don't necessarily complain a lot. It's more bitching, which is a little different. So Nate, thank you so much. And Lowe's for the Building Change Award. I want to thank my son, Dominic, who I think I did. Did I miss anybody? I think that's it. So I am going to go off book, which is, everybody's used to this, that knows me. Just listening to everybody tonight, I started thinking about change and what we think about change and what change is, and you know, how did I get here, and how do you know, you get to a place like Wakanda. Change is not only how we envision the future, it is also how we engage with the past, and that's what I heard a lot tonight, listening to every person that came up here. We talked about our past, our ancestors, and so much is in our DNA and so much is in our blood, but we have to understand that so is change. What is change? Change is healing. It's a belief like faith. It's a belief in the human condition and that it can be restored and be better. And I want to start by talking about 11 years ago, I met Ryan Coogler on a small film called Fruitvale Station. And thank you. And what I did not know at the time, I'm going to try to keep it together. What I did not know at the time was the change that lay dormant in me was about to be activated, because you see, it's in all of us. It's in our blood. Ryan is someone who, by just being himself, showed me how to not only believe in myself, but to believe in people, to trust people again, to love people again. See, I was somewhat broken when I came to him. And without even questioning, he just assumed I could do all of this. He believed more in me than I believed in myself, and that sparked the change that created the growth that created the change. So what I believe is that change is something that starts not with a giant sweeping city, not with newer and newer technology or billions and millions of dollars. It so simply just starts with activating that seed in someone, letting them know their worth, listening to them, seeing if you can nurture them and give them what they need. Because once you do that, once you give that to somebody, what you create, what you inspire, and that's what I've heard all night tonight, creates the change that you see in the future. So that's what happened to me. And I was able, after that happened, to then to pass that along, to give that to others, to understand that by mere words, spelling, your words put a spell on someone. It's important language, how we use it towards each other, how we use it to ourselves. That's where change starts. It's a belief, and I believe in change. I believe in the human condition. I believe that we can do better. So, for all of the things of putting this Humpty Dumpty back together again, thanks to so many people who believed in me as I struggled, as I built this career, as I kind of went on in life, all the people who believed in me that I could, that I can, is how I was able to create anything that I was able to create, just simply knowing my worth. And that's what we have to pass on to the next generation. So that's how I see change, not as something ginormous that seems overwhelming that we can't embrace, but something small that even one word, somebody you don't even know, could spark the inspiration. And the next thing you know, we have the next president, we have the next tech maker, we have the next builder that's going to make the future. Because if we can't change ourselves, we cannot change the architecture of the world. Thank you.
One more time, you all. Give these wonderful ladies another round of applause. We got you. We got you. We got you. Sharonda from Lowe's, I want you to stay out here with me for a minute. Stay out here with me for a minute, Sharonda. Real quick, you all. The good people from Lowe's, clap it up if you got a house or an apartment. It's okay if you got a roommate. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. It's still a roof over your head that is a blessing. It has been brought to my attention, according to Sharonda from Lowe's, that under some of these seats are Lowe's gift cards. Check now. There are Lowe's gift cards under these seats. This is not a joke. This is not a prank. Hang on, magenta dress. You can't leave yet. You got to check under the seat. You might be blocking your blessings. Round of applause if you found a gift card. Round of applause. He checking the cards of people who done left. Check under Will Smith's seat. He might have had a gift card. We got some applause over here. We found a gift card. We found a gift card. Yo, give it up to Sharonda from Lowe's for blessing us with some wonderful, wonderful gift cards. We round the third. We headed for home. There are over $4,000 worth of gift cards under these seats. I don't care if you fly private or commercial, you cannot be too proud. Oh, they serious about this, Sharonda. They done turned the lights up in the room. There are over $4,000 worth of gift cards from Lowe's, one of our sponsors tonight. Clap it up if you found a gift card from Lowe's. Clap it up. All right. Go get you a coat of paint or something like that for your house. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to bring it home. Let's go ahead and get ready to bring it home, y'all. I know it's been a long night. It's been a grateful night. It's been a beautiful night. Please welcome to the stage Image Award-winning actress, producer, and star of the game, the Honorable Madam Wendy Raquel Robinson.
Hello, AAFCA. Shout out to table 37, and I better have my gift card when I get back. Yes. Woo. Well, I just want to start by saying how truly honored and inspired that I am to be here tonight for the 14th Annual Award Show. This is truly a heartwarming and meaningful celebration of us and the art that we create. Thank you all for the invitation. And tonight, I am here to speak about a film and a performance that shines light on the lives of those who often exist in the shadows in society and on screen. The Inspection. It is a it is a coming-of-age story of a young gay male searching for his place in the world while seeking his mother's love. It's a sadly but familiar narrative for many people in the LGBTQIA+ community, which is why the telling of these stories is always necessary, because so many people, they need to know that they are not alone. So here is a look at The Inspection.
I've been raising myself since I was 16. Now. My mom, she won't even talk to me. Most of my friends are dead or in jail. The streets was gonna kill me no matter what, so if I die in this uniform, I'm a hero. Somebody.
Yes. It's an incredible story. And so here to accept the AAFCA Best Actor Award on behalf of Jeremy Pope is the writer and director of The Inspection, Elegance Bratton.
Before I read from the teleprompter, I just want to say thank you to all these incredible critics in here who have lifted this film up and made sure that everyone in town was aware of it. Thank you for every minute that you've watched, every word that you've written, and for elevating my story. So thank you. Thank you, African American Film Critics Association, for this special honor. This is from Jeremy. I hate that I can't be there to celebrate and be amongst the excellence in the room, but I just want you all to know how grateful and humbled I am by this moment. Thank you for recognizing the work and our film, The Inspection. Thank you to my cast and crew, my friend Elegance Bratton, that's me. Thank you for trusting me to be the vessel to tell the story. I found healing and a love for myself that no one can ever take away through making this film. Now that it is out in the world, I pray our film continues to find the people that need it most. Anyone who may be feeling lost, needing healing, and a reminder. Hopefully our film can be that reminder that where you are right now is not your final destination. Your life has purpose and meaning. Thank you so much.
Our next presenter made history for bringing Wakanda to the big screen and shattering the international box office 2 times. Please welcome 2-time Oscar nominee and 3-time AAFCA Award winner, Ryan Coogler.
What's up, everybody? I know it's late. I'll try to be quick. Public speaking is not my forte. Not an actor. Ashley Boone Award. I've been told I gotta educate myself a little more on who Ashley Boone was, but I'm told she was the first black film executive at a major studio. And I think it's a super appropriate award to be here presenting to my friend Nate Moore. Y'all can clap for Nate. Yeah. I've been knowing Nate for the better part of a decade, about 8 years. We started working together in 2015. And a little bit about Nate. He got his start as a film student at UCLA and was PA'd on sets, one of which being Spider-Man 2, I believe, Spider-Man 2, PA on Spider-Man 2. Worked out into a job with Sony, then went over to Participant Media, and then made his way over to Marvel Studios. Nate's here, he got a big old voice. Nate, was you the first black executive at Marvel Studios? He was, yeah. So you can see a trend here with this award. I got the call to work on Black Panther in 2015. It was before my second feature film, Creed, came out. The trailer had come out, and I was in Atlanta working on a couple pickups that we had, and I got a call, an email first. It was like, hey, I'd like to talk about BP. I don't know what BP was. I thought it was like the oil spill or something. But it turned out to be Black Panther. I gave him a call, and I'm listening to him on the phone, and I'm trying to listen for one thing and one thing only. And I had a hunch, but this is no Zoom, this is before Zoom, so it's just a voice. And I say, man, fuck it. I'm gonna just ask him. I say, my man, are you black? And he said, as a matter of fact, I am. And I was like, bet I'll meet you for lunch when I get back. When I get back to town. it was the beginning of a beautiful partnership and friendship. And if he was the guy who was gonna be tasked with making Wakanda from the executive role, I probably wouldn't have took the job if it wasn't Nate. Cause I knew that he had to be special to be navigating that space, to be navigating that job, to be navigating that world. I learned that he was the executive that brought Captain America: Winter Soldier, which was a brilliant film to life, that introduced Anthony Mackie as the Falcon. I learned that he had advocated for the Falcon to be in that film. And he was just finishing up Captain America 3, where he had once again advocated for T'Challa to be in that film, played by the amazing Chadwick Boseman. And there I was, not yet 30 years of age, sitting in a room with another black man from Central California, right outside of Fresno, Clovis. And the whole time we was meeting, I was like, yo, this is special. I think I gotta jump in. And we got to work, man. And this dude is all about the work. He's there every day, and he's a phenomenal collaborator. And I could tell y'all so many stories. I'm gonna tell y'all just one more briefly. I remember, because I made a feature film that was small before, and a studio film that was like mid-tier, you know. And I asked him, hey Nate, man, how much is this thing gonna cost? And he said, well, normally, you know, the first films, they like, you know, can be anywhere from 100 million, 120 million. And I'm like, yeah, so we in that 120 million range, right? And he was like, first black movie? Hell nah, we 180. So, and he was like, he's like, y'all got 180 for us, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting there like, well, how much do we gotta make to be profitable? You know, because that's what I'm thinking. I don't wanna make a flop, you know what I mean? And he like, well, you know, give or take, we gotta be around 600. And I just had to go to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, 600 mil, bro. And I had this feeling like if we didn't make the money back, they'll never make another one again, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Like, Nate, what we get ourselves into, you know? But he believed, and Chadwick believed. And he believed in Hannah. We brought her on, even though she hadn't made a film that big. Believed in Ruth when we brought her on. Believed in the crew. And we rocked, man. Got the film done. Got married. Couple kids. Came back as dads. Said, let's run it back, you know. And then we lost our guy. We had some decisions to make. And I was so happy to be in the room and on those Zooms during COVID making decisions with this guy. It was special. And time passed. We went back to Atlanta and got back to work. And things happened. And it was crazy. And I might have went into a well-publicized financial institution. And some things might have went the way they shouldn't have went. And my wife found out what was going on. And who she called? She called Nate. And before he left, she said, hey, Nate, before you go pick Ryan up at this financial institution, you should probably bring a white person with you. And he grabbed our VFX supervisor. And they came and got me. And I never been so happy to see him. He's an incredible producer. He's an incredible filmmaker, incredible collaborator. And I hope that our work together will motivate kids that go to the theater to hang out in Clovis, and in Oakland, and in LA, in New York, and all over the diaspora, if they like what they see and they feel at home, maybe they want to go be executives in these powerful white spaces and make space, make decisions, agitate, advocate the way that Nate did, so our cinema can reflect the world as it is. Nate, I love you, bro. I hope you keep doing what you're doing. And I want you to come up here and get this award, bro.
Never good when you have to follow Ryan Coogler. I know that much. I want to thank you to Gil and the AAFCA, and I want to thank everybody in this room. Learning about Ashley Boone, as Ryan did, you learn that this was a man who loved movies, and he loved to support the movies that he believed in, like Star Wars, like Alien, like Thelma and Louise, like Ghostbusters. These are all stories that all of us, I think, love to some degree, and I think what's interesting about my job is I get to help people like Ryan Coogler make films that they love and get them out as far as we can. Because unless our stories are told, to Ryan's point, the next generation of filmmakers doesn't get to see themselves on the screen. And as our history is under attack, it's more important than ever that these images are out there. And as a father now of 2 daughters, I feel very blessed and lucky to be at a job where I can hopefully reflect a world back to them that I want to see them grow up in. So thank you so much. Thank you to my wife, Andrea, who's here with me, and my daughters, Nico and Wyatt, for being a North Star. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Everybody in this room has to keep doing what they're doing. We got to stay positive and optimistic and tell the stories we believe in, because they are universal, no matter what anyone else tells us. So thank you so much.
Coming to the stage to present the AAFCA Award for Best Director is an Oscar-winning writer and director who helmed the seminal films A Dry White Season and Sugarcane Alley. Please welcome Usan Palsy.
Chers collègues, chers amis, bonsoir. Good evening, everyone. As I said at the Governor Awards, I have a little problem with my accent. In fact, I don't like it at all. So please bear with me, okay? I want to thank AAFCA for inviting me to speak about a woman, a creator whom I very much admire and love, Gina Prince-Bythewood. At her core, she is a storyteller. She also holds the distinction of being skilled as a writer and having a keen eye for detail each time she stepped behind the camera. She's also a warrior, fighting to empower women and women of color in front of and behind the camera, to becoming a part of the narrative. Over the years, she has honed her craft and has built an impressive list of film credits, including The Old Guard, The Secret Life of Bees, and of course, Love and Basketball. All of which have kept audiences captivated. Gina, where are you? I don't see you in the room. Right here. Okay. Dear Gina, you said, I have fought for my vision on every single film that I have made. I am awed by your rich talent, your truthfulness and relentlessness. And we look forward to watching you continue to flourish. Now, let's have a look at the masterpiece, The Woman King, directed and fought for by Gina, Prince-Bythewood.
It is not your fault what happened to me. You are not the thing that hurt me. You are now we. You are my daughter. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I feel like at this late hour, can everyone move up forward into the empty seats? But foremost, Uzan, thank you so much for flying out and being here for this. I was in film school when Dry White Season came out, and Uzan immediately became my North Star. Uzan obliterates the saying, "Don't meet your heroes," because she has been such an inspirational presence for me during this past year, so thank you so much. I want to thank AAFCA so much for this directing honor. When I won a few years back for writing for Beyond the Lights, I made a comment that being a writer and being honored for that is a little depressing because most of it happens in my bathrobe, where directing is way more sexy. It's adrenaline, it's Viola Davis, it's just fun. So I appreciate this year getting this much sexier award. The Woman King was such a profound experience, telling this story, directing it in the motherland, with this extraordinary cast, with my warrior producers, incredible, incredible crew, and with the backing of TriStar and Sony to be able to tell this story, this big epic story. It was absolutely the hardest shoot of my career, but also the most beautiful. I truly loved making this film. And what amplified the love is that we got to reframe history, our history, that has been so bombarded with historically inaccurate information. For so many of us, our history is talked about as enslavement and victimization and savagery. Being able to do The Woman King and tell our story in the right way, we were able to take a machete to that. The Woman King has been such a beautiful success. Opening weekend #1, and now 6 months later, #1 on Netflix. And tonight I get to thank the members of AAFCA for that. Black journalists came out so loud and so fast for The Woman King and supported us through this entire journey. It has just been extraordinary, and AAFCA was the first organization to come out and say that we were the best film of the year. Forever grateful for that. Want to thank my incredible family who sacrifices every single film I get. And I want to give a Stevie Wonder birthday shout out to my firstborn, Cassius, turns 22 today. So happy birthday. And yeah, thank you guys very much.
Please welcome the star of the upcoming film Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world. Please welcome Chris Davis.
Wow, what an evening it's been. I'd like to thank the African American Film Critics Association for having me tonight. Really unexpected. It is truly an honor to be here and to share a peek at a film that I'm so proud to be a part of. Playing the legend that is George Foreman was challenging, and it came with an incredible amount of joy. His journey and transformation through life, from the depths of poverty to Olympic gold, to heavyweight championships, to success in business, and to being a deeply loving family man, was a beautiful spectrum to dive into. His is a truly American story, rooted in faith, and hope, and promise, and finding oneself, and holding on to that, no matter the cost. Please take a moment and check out the trailer for Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world, only in theaters April 28th. Thank you.
Listen to me, George. You got a punch like I've never seen. But in every battle, the greatest foe that we will combat isn't here.
You live one way your whole life.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this food.
George should change his name from Foreman to Poor Man.
To hurt.
What's my name now, fool? Foreman is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
Where's all that rage coming from?
Don't have any rage.
And it becomes all you know.
Let's thank God for the food, y'all.
How about the food, mama?
George Foreman ain't no new champ. He is the new chump. We gonna get it on because we don't get along. Foreman goes down!
Who said that? Nobody said nothing, George.
George.
Your heart stopped. We thought you was dead.
I was. I'm done. I'm not going to box anymore.
Do you know what you're walking away from, son?
I want to spread the word of God and what I saw.
How's being a preacher going for you?
It's hard.
Harder than getting punched in the face.
Sometimes it feels about the same.
Hey, fella, come on and enjoy yourself.
Power company said we never paid the bill.
Really? There's only two things I know how to do. That's box and preach. And preaching won't pay the bills. You made me something once, Doc. You can do it again.
It is my destiny to win the heavyweight championship belt again.
Last time they saw me, I looked like Superman.
But now you look like the Michelin Man. This ain't no beauty contest.
Michael Moore. He's 26 and unstoppable.
How can you beat that man?
Foreman is considered an old man in this young man's game.
It's now, or it's never.
Mr. Foreman, that funny little grill deal you signed is starting to generate some substantial checks.
Really? Now, I'm just surprised it shows a big old fat guy like me to sell a beer to help people get lean.
I know what you're thinking. This all-new Nissan Ariya can't be an electric vehicle. You can't possibly be powerful and polished. Or be able to let go. And enjoy the open road. Why choose? You can have it all.
Award for Best Picture are members of AAFCA.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carla Renata, and on behalf of myself and my fellow AAFCA members that are filing out on the stage right now, I'd like to thank you all for being here to celebrate the 14th Annual AAFCA Awards with us. Can we also give another round of applause to all of tonight's winners? Now, the time y'all have been waiting for. It is time to present the final award of the night, which of course is our choice for Best Picture. So many great films grabbed our attention last year, but there was one we all agreed on. It's a film with powerful women in front and behind the camera. Set in the 1800s, an all-female group of warriors led by General Naniska, portrayed by the incomparable Viola Davis, sets out to protect the African kingdom of Dahomey. The film is enthralling, intense, and packed with action. As a viewer, you simply cannot turn away. This is The Woman King.
But I want to see.
The king does not allow us to look upon their God here.
Joining us to accept the AAFCA Award for Best Picture are three of the Women Kings producers: Viola Davis, Julius Tenen, and Kathy Schulman.
Recognizing our film, and to Sony and to E1 for supporting it. This film, I think, is an excellent example of people of different races working together to create a beautiful piece of art about Black history. And to me, collaboration is the way forward, and it was such an enormous gift to collaborate with an actress like the magnificent Viola Davis, a partner like the fabulous Julius Tenen, and a director as committed a leader as Gina Prince-Bythewood. So I'm really proud to have produced this film, and thank you all for your support, and want to turn the mic over to the beautiful Viola Davis.
You know, Julius and I have a placard in our backyard, and on it, it says, "Life is a beautiful struggle." And I think that's why I became an artist, because a lot of us aren't going to make it in the history books. And even if we do, what is our story? Our stories not only take place in what people see, it's what people don't see when the doors are closed, when we take the masks off. Life is a beautiful struggle. We are perfectly imperfect, And I understand that every story that's told with black people in it, I know we all want to be strong, we all want to create beautiful images, but I think the bravest thing that we can do is show the images that are also not so pretty. Because in showing those images, we are saying that we are a part of the human family. And I felt like my legacy, me and Julius's legacy, is not just in buildings and, I don't know, leaving some money behind. Our legacy is in people. It's like the famous saying, you can leave something for people or you can leave something in people. And what I choose to leave in people is a time when we take off our masks, we take off our wigs and our lashes, we take off our heels, and we throw our strength away. And we show what really makes us warriors, which is our humanity. And we're committed to telling those stories again and again and again and again. I think the African American Film Critics Association, I think Kathy and Julius, Sony, Nicole Brown, Maria Bello, everyone who brought this story to our attention, but also I think the actors involved who were able to put down the swords and rip open their hearts and show who Azogi and Nawi and Aniska really were in their humanity, the part that doesn't make the history books. Because the other saying we have in our backyard is a soldier doesn't fight because they hate what's in front of them. The soldier fights because they love what they left behind. We don't want to leave anyone behind in our generation, in our ancestry, that feels like what is inside of them is not worthy enough if it doesn't make it in the history books, or if it doesn't look pretty, or if it's not strong. Our jobs as artists is to show who we are in our privacy. We have to continue to do that. We have to continue to be messy. I feel like that is my privilege of a lifetime, is to be messy and to be beautifully messy. So thank you so much for this award. Thank you for your unending support of my career, Juvie, of the Woman King, and I hope to be back here sometime, y'all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everyone, one sec. It's almost time. AAFCA is very excited because guess what? Today we turned 14. And 2023 also marks the 20th year since the inception of our organization. I'm going to be real quick because I know everyone wants to go home, and tonight I'm lucky enough I just can catch an elevator. To our producer, D'Angelo Bullock and Abdul Malik Abbott, the two of you are the greatest. We couldn't do what we do. We certainly couldn't have done what we did today without the two of you, and Abdul, we couldn't do what we do year-round without you as well. To Director Jill Dove, thank you. To the amazingly talented Roy Woods Jr., we are so looking forward to the White House Correspondent Dinner, brother. You killed it tonight. To the best right hand, left hand a person could have, Mr. Sean Fuller, I salute you. Our technical director, Justin Jimerson, great job. Kimberly Malhot, appreciate you, girl. To our editors on the various packages, we know they were too long. Tried to make them interesting. To Scott Hamilton, love you. Regina Robertson, thank you for stepping in and creating our
teleplay, Dora Mendoza, Pat Prescott, our announcer, Mark Laurent, Precious in hair and makeup, Leah Yardam and Lauren, thank you, Perception PR, Sherry Dieterman and Arnold Turner, our photographers, my old neighbor in Atlanta, Stephanie Thornton and Pierre Gilson, love you both. Trina Court and Janine Askew, if any of you do business with me regularly, you know that typically you end up speaking with one or the other. Of course, Nina Shaw, Lon Dang, Tracy Bransford, Yaya Reyes, Jocelyn Allen, Paul Martin, Lana Walker, Jennifer Money, the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, a Four Seasons property, and Encore Global. A very special thanks to Sandra Richards, Morgan Stanley Sports and Entertainment Wealth, for not only supporting us tonight, but supporting us 365 days a year in just about everything we touch. Chandra Vassar, Allison Witherspoon and the team at Nissan, Melissa Sanders and Sharonda Britton and the team at Lowe's, Malika Fowler and the great volunteers from Emerson College, Irma Brito and Pierre Paul, Patrick Agale, thank you for helping us with Hussein. It was wonderful to work with you on that. Yakira Muhammad, Matthew Wiseman, and our brand new partnership that we have that was announced yesterday with BAFTA. I don't know if you guys saw it. Rita George, one of our partners at the Grammy Museum. We had a great event this past Sunday with them, and we'll have another one for Black Music Month later on in the year. Rita George and Skylar O'Neill, we appreciate you. And of course, Gilda Squire. Of course, finally, special thanks to our partners at All Black, Amazon, Apple, CAA, CBS, Disney, Netflix, Sony Pictures Entertainment, NBC Universal, UA Releasing, MGM Plus, Amazon, The Market, and Allied Moxie. Thanks, you guys. It's been a wonderful 14-year run, and we're looking forward to 14 more. Have a great evening. Oh, and Roy, we couldn't have asked for a more host, so thank you for coming out and doing what you do. Roy?
Good night.
Let's send off the